Hi there, good to see you again. In the last video, I built this beautiful fairy tale castle out of the most affordable material there is, cardboard. I have made a series of 3 episodes showing in detail how you can build your own cardboard castle. Right now, it just looks like a bunch of boxes stacked on top of each other. But soon, it will sparkle like a real castle. In this video, I will show you how to decorate the interiors. Whoa, check it out. Fit for a princess. Decoration work is a great opportunity to recycle things. Start by raiding old closets, tidy up old drawers, and ask your parents for any old stuff that they don't need anymore. Here I got some bits of old fabrics of various type. I got white and colored paper, some leftover pom-poms, patterned paper, glitter paper. Oh, I love those glitter papers. And here I have an old box that I got from my mom. Look at this. I got some pearls, some plastic bling, and some shiny stuff and little hearts, drinking straws. Then I got this magical stuff. You know, this is the sort of stuff that you put under the glass of the cup for fine parties. And of course, lots of great acrylic paints. But before we use all these wonderful materials, let's do the basics. Choosing the colors. I choose pink as my main color. I have here a soft pink and a stronger pink. Then, to contrast with the pink, I have purples, white, and a bit of gold. We're gonna start with the ceiling. And I have picked out this beautiful patterned paper. It looks very royal to me, I think. So I think it's gonna look great in the ceiling. I start with cutting it to the right size. And I'm using the floor as a measurement because it's the same size as the ceiling. It's about this wide. I make a cut. Perfect. But before I stick it on, I think I will paint the walls. And they are going to be pink. Hey, surprise. Now when you paint around the window, try to avoid spilling on the window. The floor, on the other hand, is fine. You can spill on the floor because the floor we're going to cover later. You can spill on the ceiling because we haven't put in the ceiling paper yet, but just stay away from the windows. Now, the first coat is finished. It needs to dry, and then I'll paint it again. Now it's dry, and the second coat will make the colors look brighter, more solid, and more evenly applied. And then I continue with the middle room. And the same for the top room. And finally, pink in the top tower. When the walls are done, we can do the ceiling. Make sure you get the glue right into the corners. Put it in. Finished. And of course, the doors need to be painted too. I'm giving it a base of bright pink. Then we paint the door for the middle room. Real gold. Wow, doesn't get better than that. Door for the top room. Deep purple. Yes, that's such a nice contrast to the light pink. Next, we decorate the walls with patterns. So I'm going to start with golden dots in the middle room. I continue with white spots for the big room and purple spots for the top room. And finally, bright pink spots for the top tower. And then I'm going to make some decorative borders for the walls, looking like this. Let me show you how. Take a piece of quite thick white paper, draw 2 parallel lines. Then I measure 2 cm, 2 cm, all the way down. Then I go up and I measure 1 cm, followed by 2 cm, 2 cm, the whole way down. You see, now we can get a zigzag pattern. So first I draw the lines this way and then the other way. Start with cutting loose the strip and then I cut the zigzag border. Then I flip it over so we don't see the pencil marks. And then I draw a decorative line with a pink color pencil, like that. Then I measure, then I make a little cut, check it again. Perfect. Then I have cut a little strip of cardboard that I glue to the back up here. Right along the edge, there. Turn it around and then I cut off the excess. There. Then a bit of glue on this side too. And in it goes. You see, the reason why I put the cardboard strip behind is that now it comes out from the wall, casts a little shadow there and looks much more three-dimensional. For the middle room, I'm going to paint a golden stripe like this. So I have measured a stripe here. That is my guideline, and then I go ahead and just paint it. Then I glue on the cardboard strip. Perfect. And in it goes, right on top. And then we can do the floor. I want the castle to have a classic castle floor, checker patterns. And it's easier to lay the tiles outside the castle rather than inside. Here's how I do it. I take a piece of thin cardboard that I cut exactly to fit onto the floor. Then I square it up using a ruler and a pen in exactly equal squares. Then I take my selected colors of a bit thick colored paper and I square it up as well. And then I end up with this. Nice little tiles that I can spread out onto this piece of floor, and when it looks good, I glue it on. I dilute my glue a little bit so that it's easy to paint on. I do one tile at a time, making sure it fits exactly, pressing it down a bit, then I do the next. Once in a while, I take a piece of cardboard and I press down firmly. That is to make sure that the tiles are smooth and flat. Finished. And for the middle room, I've chosen these colors: glitter gold and glitter pink. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? And the top one is finished. Okay, let's install the floor. Putting lots of glue on the floor. Make sure you get the glue right into the corners. And then we put it in. Oh, gorgeous! Next thing is the door and window frames. They are exactly like the frames on the outside of the building, except that these windows have curtains. Now let me show you how to make them. You take a piece of colored paper, you draw the size of your frame. One piece is going like this on top, that's the top curtain, going a bit outside of the frame like this. The second bit of curtain go down, lower than the frame itself. Then you cut that out like this and like that, and then you glue it together. Put on the curtain quickly before it dries. You need to lift this up, put this one underneath so it overlaps like this. Now if you want a bit more 3D effect, you can sort of fold them out a bit so they're sort of hanging a bit like this, like real curtains would. You can also do that up here. You take a small marker and you draw little folds. Then they look more like real curtains. There. Before we glue on the door frames, let me show you something. Here I have cut out an extra piece that is exactly the same as the top of the frame, like this. It fits right on top. And I have also cut out two tiny little bits that goes on the end here and here. All this is to bring out this top bit, this arch, and make it more prominent and three-dimensional. So I glue this on, and the little bits on the sides. And the same thing with the other sizes. Here we have the middle room and the small room on top. Let me just quickly glue them together. And now they are ready to be painted. First, I draw a little guideline to where I want the paint to go. And it's a frame a bit thinner on the inner side and a bit thicker on the outer side. There. Then we'll paint in the line. And for the middle door, a bit of gold. This time I paint the outer frame, not the inner frame. Now the reason for me choosing pink or gold or what is to match the color to the color of the room inside. And the middle room is the gold room. Notice that when we stick on the door and window frames, what a huge difference it does to the room. Oh, beautiful. And then I've cut some strips of cardboard that I'm going to use to cover up the edges down by the floor here. I think that will make a nice finish. Nice. And then the middle room. Oh, I've been looking forward to this. The curtains. And the small windows high up on the wall. Then I use my tweezer and then I carefully stick it in right on top. Now, what's the second most magical thing after beautiful windows? A chandelier. A chandelier is quite easy to make. Here are the bits that you need. Let me explain. You see the stick, the wooden stick here? That's this wooden stick. It's a bit pointy at this end. This is in the middle. Then you need these 4 strips. I have cut them out over here. And then a little piece of paper with this sort of a frilly thing down here. This is sort of very lightweight rice paper. Then each of these got to be folded into a circle like this. You glue each one to a piece of paper like that. Then you get this shape. Then when it's dry, you cut it clean around the edges like this. Then you do the same thing with the tiny strip here like that. Glue it to a piece of paper and you get a little crown. Then you use something really pointy and you poke a hole in each one, expand it with the stick that you're going to use in the middle, and then you use a little bit of glue and you glue it together like this. The stick, first this one, then this one, then this one, then the small one, and then the frilly little rice paper at the end. Now, in order for this one to be glued onto the ceiling, we also need a little piece like this. Can you see this little piece here? I'm going to glue this onto here, and that will help us to stick the chandelier better to the ceiling. There. That is dry, and we are ready to glue it on. In addition, I have made 2 smaller ones so that we have one for each of the 3 main rooms. Stunning, stunning. Now, how about furniture? Sure, but we shouldn't make too much furniture because we need lots of space for playing. Furniture can be very easily made from small bits of cardboard. And then you can, for instance, easily make a table like that. So I took 2 pieces to make it a bit thicker. I glued them on top of each other. Then I took a drinking straw and I cut 4 little legs from the straws and just glued them onto the table. So then I got a table like this. Now this little strip can easily be made into chairs such as this. Look at this cool little chair. You round it off at one end and then you fold it up like this. Bit of glue there. Then you draw on the legs and cut a hole here, and then you got a chair. And if you make many, it's really quite impressive. Look. And check this one, a round table that I made pretty much the same way as this table. And hey, let's glue on the legs right away. And I make sure that I add a lot of glue because I want the legs to be very strong and sturdy. So don't stinge on the glue. And then let me introduce this one. It's made pretty much the same way as the chairs, only a little bit bigger. And it's actually a makeup table. Can you see it's a mirror here? And it's a little drawer for the makeup there. I think I will paint it in right away, the details. So I got some really small brushes here. I'm going for a pink drawer. Same pink as the rest of the castle. You got to keep the colors matching. And a bit of light blue for the mirror. And check this chair. Now this is actually the king's throne, because it's much bigger than the other chairs. Check it out. Okay, it's made pretty much the same way too. Folding the cardboard strips a bit like that, adding an extra here and an extra little sheet there, and two little bits up here to make it a bit sort of, you know, a bit noble and stuff. Okay, let me give that a coat of paint as well. Going for the royal pink. Then I switch to a stronger pink. I do the little bits on top. And the seat for the king. There. Now, how about giving the table itself a coat of paint? I think I'm going for the bright, cheerful pink. Oh yeah, that'll make the king happy. And while that is drying, I'll paint up the chairs as well. I'm going for bright pink seats, same as the tabletop. Hey, remember this one? Perfect tablecloth for this round table. So I put it here and I carefully fold it around. Beautiful. Now these are the bits you need to make the bed. Check out the bed. Isn't that beautiful? It's got the pillow over here, got that blanket. It's the same on both sides, like that. Now that is a real princess bed. Now let me tell you what you need to do. First, you make one of these. So you take a piece of strip of cardboard, fold it and glue it together like that. So this becomes the base of the bed. Then you take 4 Q-tips. You glue them to all 4 corners of the bed and you cut it to the height that you want for your bed. These 2 you glue to the front and these 2 you glue to the sides. Followed by these little things that you glue on to the end of those. Then these things, they go here, 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 and here. Then you take a little top cover for top of the bed. Then this, you wrap around the whole thing like that. And this one becomes the panel at the end of the bed. Left now is only the blanket and the pillow. So they look like this. Small sheet of paper. You draw what pattern you want on it. Same here. Fold it a bit so that it looks a bit more three-dimensional and soft. And then you wrap it around the bed. Okay, are you ready to furnish our new home? First, the main table. It may look small, but it's not. It's big. It's just because the hall is so big, it looks small by comparison. Then all the chairs and tablecloth in the middle. Then look at this fancy rug. Fit for a king. In with the king's throne. Wow, now that is a glamorous room. The round table and the golden chairs. Look, I have painted them with gold color. A royal bed. Fit for a princess. Whoa, check it out. And her makeup table. And the makeup chair. And in the top tower, the magical spinning wheel. And the magical chair. Hey, I have an idea. Let's try to find some places where we can glue on these bling bling bits and pieces. Let's see where they fit. How about one right here over the main door? One up here on the wall and a small one next to it, and one right above the bedroom door. And how about one the chair? That's the nicest pillow I've ever seen. A little table decoration. I hope you have enjoyed decorating the castle together with me. If you want to see more, in my next video I'm gonna decorate the outside of the castle. So keep watching and ring the bell!